Hello, everyone. I'm Dalton Burdett,
I'm Nick Ericchio.
and we are the Movie Nights.
Well, some of them.
If you're watching this because you want to hear our uncensored
Unfiltered.
thoughts and opinions on the world of movies and entertainment news, so kick back
Relax.
and thank you for being part of the conversation. Yes, we are late, Calixer. I see you in the chat. And Louis Cav, I see you. Yes, we're late. Apologies for that. Just some last minute stuff going on, but we're back. We're here. We're live. Welcome back to the show, everyone. As always, we've messed around with some audio settings and some sync settings. We should be good to go. But if anything's unbearable to see or hear or out of sync or weird, please let us know in the live chat. I'll try to fix it in show, assuming I can even do that because I'm not very smart tech-wise. But we'll try. We'll
Try
give it a
it
shot.
live.
We'll try and give it a shot. Buddy, it's been a hell of a week. How are you?
I'm chilling, man. I was trying to fiddle around. My screens didn't want to do like the split, when I'm like, oh, I can watch our live stream here and the channel content. So that was fun. It's just the technical difficulties all around between the audio and this. So we're off to a great start.
I mean, truly incredible. Truly amazing. As always, as it always is. Calixer's demanding we do the intro again. Now, we did the intro. We did the full one. The full old one. We did the whole thing. We don't have to do it again. I don't think so.
I'm just angry that he got supporters for the late chat. That hasn't happened yet.
You know, eventually we knew that they would grow in numbers. We knew that this was going to happen.
They're getting more powerful by the day.
By the day. But guys, we have a hell of a show for you today. We have 3 main topic stories, some B-roll stories, and of course, the box office. So, with that down, let's dive into our first news story today. And that news story is this. And I think it's one that Nick is going to be more excited about. I'm not going to bury the lead. There's going to be a Miss Piggy movie. And it's not just any Miss Piggy movie. It is being developed and produced by Jennifer Lawrence and Emma Stone and is written by Tony Award winner Cole Escola. These are the details from Variety. I'll pull it up for you here. Jennifer Lawrence, Emma Stone, and Cole Escola are joining forces to give Miss Piggy the movie star treatment. A film about the temperamental diva puppet is in early development at Disney, which owns the rights to the Muppets, according to knowledgeable sources. The iconic character who first appeared on Jim Henson's The Muppet Show in the late 70s has never been the subject of a feature film. Lawrence and Stone will serve as producers with Escola, a Tony winner for their hit Broadway play Oh Mary, has an exclamation point, so I had to scream, is set to write the screenplay. Look, that's really all we know about it for right now. We don't really know the plot details of how it's going to happen. We have more people saying that we're late. This is amazing. And Hannah in the live chat saying, wait, how did I not know about this? I think she's excited about the writer, the Tony Award-winning writer. But Nick, I know of the two of us, you're the bigger Muppets fan.
That is accurate.
Give us your thoughts
listen,
on this.
It's about time. I mean, Miss Piggy is just one of the most iconic Muppets, and it rightfully so is due for a movie. I think it's interesting, too, maybe centering a movie, because, there are always these big collective ensembles. I think that it'd be very interesting to see, like, an actual individual story centered on one of the Muppets being Miss Piggy. And it's a wonderful group of people behind it. It was really funny. The way this broke was Jennifer Lawrence was on a podcast, and it's like, I probably shouldn't talk about this, but, this is something we're developing with Emma Stone. And they said the genesis of the idea was like, wouldn't it be funny if Miss Piggy got canceled? And like, if that's what this is, like, absolutely genius. I think that the Muppets have been just sort of the creature in the basement at Disney for quite some time. They've
For
tried
sure.
some stuff. The 2015 ABC Muppet series, I will still contend, is one of the funniest series
Nick,
ever written.
I
It's
so agree.
incredible. It's amazing. The other one they did was not that big of a hit on Disney Plus. They did a Haunted Mansion special that was kind of eh. And I know they just got rid of Muppet Vision 3D here in Orlando. But they are making a replacing Rock and Roller Coaster with a Muppets themed land. So I think maybe we are going to see hopefully a resurgence of the Muppets here. And I think having Emma Stone and Jennifer Lawrence and Cole working on a Miss Piggy movie, I think spells out great things. And I mean, Cole's credits, looking at them, I think they, like you said, they're Tony nominated. I think they were actually just cast in One Piece season 3. I saw that news. So they're also an actor. I know they're a writer. They're a producer on a ton of different shows. I think they're a producer on Hacks. which
Okay.
is, that Emmy-nominated Insane show.
Yeah, very popular show.
The other two I think he helped create as well, or maybe he acts on Hacks. He has some involvement with the show. So, I mean, you have a very talented group of people, and I think Emma Stone's production company has been doing some wonderful stuff lately as well. So, all positive here on my end, I'll be honest with you. It's about time the Muppets, and more specifically, Miss Piggy, get their due. And I know for a fact Miss Piggy is Nicolas Cage's favorite Muppet. So I'm just saying,
know that.
I'm just saying, perhaps maybe we get a Nick Cage cameo in this, and that's the movie to make it happen.
That would make your dreams come true. I'm
Who
excited.
said I was a Nick Cage fan?
That bit is so good. I'm so upset you just did that, but it's so good. Oh my god. Come on, show it close to the camera. Let's see it. Let's see it. There it is. Amazing. But no, I'm excited about the movie too. I think that putting Miss Piggy on a story that I assume, maybe they don't do this, but I assume it's going to be basically discovering that she needs the other Muppets. Because like Miss Piggy, as everyone points out, and the article points out, is like a diva type character that kind of thinks that they're above everybody. And it would be nice to kind of see a story revolving where, like, if it's alluded to, as Jennifer Lawrence said, about her getting canceled, and like she's going to realize, like, oh, I have these people care about me, they're my friends. And I feel like that would be a very interesting route to go for a story. Morgan Bernard's in the live chat and says the best mug. Yes, of course. Thank you.
I really just, what I hope comes out of this, genuinely?
What's that?
A Joker-style Fozzie movie.
About trying to be like a comedian and
Yep.
just do the king of comedy, but it's Fozzie Bear.
Fozzie Bear Kermit is the Robert De Niro character who hosts the show.
Oh my god.
Man. I think there's so many. We need to bring back also just putting Muppets in movies. Like just remaking movies, but with the Muppets.
Agreed. Big agree. They still need to do the Muppets Knives Out. But anyway,
I'm telling you, I will write it. It's a Muppet whodunit. We love it.
Yes. Hannah in the live chat says, wait, will it be a movie or a TV show? It's a movie. It's going to be a feature film.
Gonna be a picture, kid.
Yes.
Gonna see it on the screen.
Thank you
or
for
Disney
your
Plus.
70s smoker voice. I hope it would be a movie theater movie, but you never know. You never know with the Muppets and these type of things.
I think what they need to do, genuinely, I think they need to go the route of, I think you need to say that it's going to be a Disney Plus release and then bump it up to a theatrical, but it was always going to be theatrical. And then your whole marketing campaign is like, do you think she could fit this much personality could fit on your TV screen, or just center it around like Miss Piggy deserves the big screen?
Yes. I like that. That's a good marketing move. But you must work in marketing or something. That's weird.
Allegedly.
Guys, what do you think about Miss Piggy getting her own movie? Are you excited? Do you not care? Are you surprised by the talent involved? Let us know in the comments as we move on to the next story. And the next story is one that literally came out of nowhere, but is very exciting. Usually around the holidays, people kind of watch their favorite Christmas-style movie or a movie that they tie to the holiday season. A lot of people rewatch like the Harry Potter movies during Christmas. A lot of people will, like myself, I like to watch Die Hard around Christmas. I like to watch Doctor Who Christmas episodes around Christmas.
Batman Returns.
It gets me in the Christmas mood, the holiday spirit. One movie that some people watch around Christmas time is Gremlins. Gremlins 3 is officially happening. And it's not just happening, but writer of the original film, Chris Columbus, who directed Home Alone and the first two Harry Potter films, is coming back to direct Gremlins 3, and Spielberg is back as an executive producer. Here is what Deadline had to say. The first live-action Gremlins movie in nearly... oh my god. They have a typo. That's funny. I thought I was having a stroke. They probably meant like 4 decades. I don't know. Anyway, Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav announced the project during the company's third quarter earnings call that original screenwriter Chris Columbus is attached to direct Gremlins 3 as well as producing. Steven Spielberg will return as executive producer. Let's see. Zach Lipovsky and Adam Stein wrote the script for the new installment. Toby Halbrooks and Carl Ellsworth wrote a prior draft, and the writing credits are not yet final, which means they probably are figuring out what version of this movie that they're going to be doing. But yeah, the original Gremlins, directed by Joe Dante, became a pop culture phenomenon in 1984, grossing $165 million worldwide. The sequel, Gremlins 2: The New Batch, was far less successful in 1990, taking in $41 million, though it has gone on to become a cult favorite. And it just kind of goes into talking about the Gremlins franchise. If I'm not mistaken, the writers that they listed, were they writers or directors on Final Destination Bloodlines? For some reason, those names
have to fact check that.
Are sticking with me. I'll rant while you fact check, but this is very interesting and exciting that we're getting a new Gremlins film. It's not until 2027, so there is that. But it looks like whatever occurred to get the movie greenlit or started has happened. Maybe it's another thing of Warner Brothers trying to seem attractive for a sale, so they're going to announce this 80s nostalgia movie. I'm more curious with Chris Columbus directing this thing. I can't remember the last thing that he directed, especially directed well. No offense to him, but he hasn't made a great film in a while. And you'd think with Gremlins that you would have like a younger up-and-coming director direct that movie. Like, I'm just throwing out like a Zach Kreger Gremlins or like a...
Thank you for pandering. They directed Final Destination. They did not write it.
Okay, so the directors of Final Destination Bloodlines wrote a draft of the script. Got it.
Yes.
Or even them. Like, I'm surprised they didn't direct the film, of like having a younger director. And I guess just it looks like Chris Columbus was like, hey, I wrote the original. I want to direct it, goddammit. And now he gets to. Just kind of, that's kind of what happens. But it's just crazy, all those films that he was able to make after, sailing the ocean blue. But Nick, I'm going to throw it over to you. Thank you for giggling at that. What do you think about Gremlins 3 being official? And like, are you excited? Was this on your radar?
It was not on my radar, no, just because, I feel like, yes, the Gremlins are iconic in the sense of, you show someone a photo of a gremlin, they're like, oh, that's a gremlin, But I feel like it's never one that's really ever been in the conversation of like, oh, are they going to remake this? Are they going to make a legacy sequel? Are they going to reboot? Whatever, yada, yada, yada. So I was definitely shocked, and then definitely shocked to hear that Columbus was coming back to direct it. I thought that was the most interesting part. I was like, oh, so he wanted to make a Gremlins 3. It does not seem like this was something that was maybe like approached to him. It feels like he's involved. He's the one that wanted to get it off and going.
Yeah.
And Spielberg, producing it, I'm sure it was like, sure, why not? Let's make some money with Gremlins. Yeah. I'm wondering if the nostalgia is there. It's been years since I've seen Gremlins, Don't get me wrong. But I did like it. But I wonder if there's that reverence for it, if there's that want, is there going to be a big surge of audience that is excited for a third Gremlins movie? Who can they bring back? So I think there's talent involved for sure, but I'm very curious to see how this plays out.
To me, it's all going to come down to budget. They need to budget this film modestly. I want cute, practical Gremlins. I don't want CG, disgusting Gremlins. Like, I want the cuteness of them. I want them to be in a movie that doesn't look like it was overproduced, to where you inevitably lose money, especially with how some movies are doing. Box office wise, either your movie absolutely crushes it or it dramatically fails. There's almost no in between anymore. And I do think that that's very important to this. Calixer in the live chat agrees and says puppets or I'm out. I'm kind of with you. Calixer also point out that Chris Columbus's best movie was Pixels. Okay. He also made an Ocean Blue joke. Thank you very much. Made Harry Potter. Gremlins 3. 2 truths and a lie is going to go crazy. That's very funny. Oh, that's very, very funny.
This is me discovering that Chris Columbus directed Pixels.
Yeah.
I did not know that was one of his.
Oh yeah. I've
seen that movie 1,000 times on TikTok.
On TikTok?
And I say that it is exclusively the scene. How familiar are you with Pixels, Dalton?
I've seen it once.
Okay, it's exclusively the scene when he pulls up to the White House with Michelle Monaghan's character, and he's like, "Oh, you're needed in the Situation Room," and she's like, "See Situation Room," and they're like, "And sir, the president will see," and he goes, "Uh-oh, somebody's more important," and then he moonwalks into the Oval Office. Makes the movie. That's the best scene.
Dude, you're not alone. Let's see. Louis Cav in the live chat here is saying, oh, it just went away. But yeah, no, it looks like you're not the only one who's been getting TikTok of Pixels. Oh man, that's crazy.
I am curious.
Oh, there it is. Pixels has been all over my TikTok lately. Yeah.
I'm curious. Bringing it back to Gremlins, yes, I wonder how grand a story, just given budget and effects work that they could do now, or if they're going to try to tell. Like, I think the interesting route is to make it a very singular, tight movie, just to reintroduce people, refamiliarize the concept, because they're going to have to spend some time going through all the lore of what a gremlin is. So, not one that I want to say I'm excited for. But definitely I've got my eye. Like, I'm going to follow that, and we'll see what comes of it.
Yeah.
Let's see some casting. Let's see some,
Genuine curiosity is where I'm at. I'm just like, interesting.
They piqued my interest.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. Before we move on to the next story, Calixer has pointed out that the new Frankenstein movie is out, Guillermo del Toro's. Yes, that is true. He said, Jeremy John says the monster's sexy. Here's what I'll say. We don't have the review up yet. We're going to review it soon. But Nick and I had the chance to see it in a movie theater, which was, if you get the chance to see it in a movie theater, please do it. I honestly, if I watched this on streaming, I would have been pissed off. I would have been upset that that's how I watched it. But yeah, I'm not going to do a whole review here, but it's very much more like the book Frankenstein and not like the Universal monster Frankenstein, but it's Guillermo del Toro. It's a beautiful creature movie about someone who's very sad and very damaged, and that's where he thrives, and I thought it was really great. Just quick little, I just thought I'd throw that in there. I don't know why I felt the need to do that, but yeah, there you go.
The monster is sexy. Jeremy Johns is not wrong.
It is Jacob Elordi. That is true. That is true. Shocked it's on a theater movie while Netflix didn't do a wide release. You don't want to get me on that rant. You know what I'm going to say about that. Hannah does add, I saw it in the movie theater with them. I was the third wheel. At least you know your role. That's how it goes. But guys, what do you think about Gremlins 3 being official and coming in 2027? Are you curious? Do you want to see it? Do you not want to see it? Let us know in the comments. As we move on to our main topic story, and guys, I have to give you the story of me finding out about this news. So I was at work, and the past couple weeks at work and my day job have just been really stressful, just very busy, and I was in the middle of like a shitstorm of stuff, just trying to get my act together, get my day together. It was one of those things where like I didn't even know what time it was. Like I was so overwhelmed, and I was like, fuck it, I have to just like take a break for a second and like look at my phone. And I went on Twitter, X or whatever, and my feed is movie tailored. And I see this story from Discussing Film. Originally, it's where I got it first. And I thought it was the parody Discussing Fish, which has grown in popularity because they make really funny parody headlines. And I was like, no, that's not real. And then I re-looked at the thing, and it was Discussing Film. And I was like, shut the fuck up. And I hit on the link to Hollywood Reporter and saw that it was real. And I literally was like, I'm going to go get some food. Like, I was so happy that I saw this. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go just enjoy the next few minutes.
The way I found out about this was Dalton sending me the Twitter link and saying, oh, thank God we have a show.
Because it was a slow news week until the Gremlins thing and this drops. It's true. It's true. But
and more surprising news than the Gremlins.
Yeah.
Just when you thought we couldn't get more shocks.
That's what happens. And here's the thing, guys. I know you clicked on our thumbnail and everything, but you're probably thinking, shut the fuck up and get to it. Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz are coming back for a new Mummy film that is being directed by the directors of Ready or Not and Scream 5. Oh, yes! Are you kidding? That's the best fucking movie news of the year, probably. I'd have to look back at all the stories and try to remember, but that is so awesome. This is so fucking awesome, dude. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's not just that, like, Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz coming back is amazing. Like, for a Mummy movie, I'm a huge fan of The Mummy and The Mummy Returns. Here's, however, not a fan of Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, which was the third one that replaced Rachel Weisz, and it's the one with Jet Li. I think it was with Jet Li. But there's an important distinction to all this. And here it is. I'm skipping to this part of the article in the Hollywood Reporter. It is unclear who else could return. One source describes the project as not a reboot, but a sequel that would disregard the events of the third film. Let's go! Fuck
we
that
love
movie.
Alternate timelines. Have you ever seen the Halloween one that shows like
yes,
all the different
yes.
We're gonna start getting that with the Mummy.
I hope so. The Halloween ones are
back.
crazy. What?
I said, fuck it, bring The Rock back.
Nick, I'm going to be dead serious with you. If they somehow do some time travel or whatever shit where Dwayne Johnson is the Scorpion King in this movie, I will do a WWE style pop in the movie theater. I will be fucking so loud and happy if that happens. I swear to God. That'd be so awesome.
I mean, so speaking of the Mummy overall, was this even remotely a thought of a possibility once we started getting the Brendan Fraser resurgence in your mind? Or were you like, there's just no way they could make this happen?
Honestly, to me, and I don't mean this in a rude way, to me, it was like, oh, I would love to get another Mummy film with him, but he just doesn't look like he's in the shape for it. And then you started seeing some pictures within the last year of him looking much more in shape, looking much better. And I was like, oh, interesting. But like, to me, you don't know what somebody's post-Oscar move is going to be, you know? And he has Rental Family coming out this year. He has like other smaller films coming out. He did Killers of the Flower Moon. But like, which by the way, he was amazing in. I'm not going to let anyone say that performance was over the top. Fuck you. That was a great performance. I'm just going to throw that out there. But
are there haters of Brendan Fraser?
There are
the Flower Moon?
Tons of haters.
I thought he was great in it. What?
He was.
He was supposed to be over the top.
Yeah, thank you. I'm getting off track. But we're on the same wavelength. But yes. But to me, what I like about this is the article doesn't really dive into it, but he has to be in some sort of producing capacity. And so to me, I think it's very cool that as an Oscar winner and someone who basically started going to conventions and people literally telling him, like, I hope you know that, like, we all love you. Like, everyone loves you. Like, this is almost feels like him giving back in a way of, like, I'm finally at this point where I can do this now. Like, let's do it. And honestly, Rachel Weisz, fuck yeah. I want to know when she said yes. That's what I want to know. Oh my God. Calixer says they better have gotten him his cup of coffee. Nick, if they make a joke in this movie, if they do a joke in this movie where they do something remotely like that, it'll be the best movie I've watched in an Orlando movie theater with that crowd. You know, it's going to go hard crazy if that happens.
Listen, I'm very excited about this. I'm very happy that they're both coming back for it. You know, there was that attempt at Dark Universe that did not go over well with Tom Cruise. There's an even more recent attempt that has just wrapped production.
Oh my God, great point. Yeah.
And that is Lee Cronin, who directed Evil Dead Rise, correct?
Yep.
His follow-up movie was The Mummy for Universal. Just a full actual like mummy, like a la, right? Frankenstein, Dracula.
Was it for Universal or was it a separate company?
I would have to fact check that. I don't know.
Okay.
Lee Cronin was making a mummy movie.
He was making a movie called The Mummy, yes.
He was making a movie called The Mummy. which has now since been retitled to The Resurrected, I think is what it is.
Yep.
After, from what insiders are saying, is some bad screenings there.
Which
Which
may
that happen, whatever be it.
may not be true, but what's funny is literally
That happening and this happening.
the news came through. The news came through the day before, like, oh, Lee Cronin's The Mummy is being retitled to The Resurrected. And you and I had a brief conversation, like, that's weird. Like, I've seen the press screening or the test screening stuff, but it's like, I wonder why they would change the title like that. And it's like, oh, somebody fucking heard that they're doing this. And they were like, fuck, we got to change that right now. Oh.
I mean, it makes sense, right? I mean, I think that having Brendan Fraser, making these conventions like you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like so many people have so many fond memories of The Mummy. That's a comfort movie for so many people. And so I think that he just sees the opportunity. He's like, no, this is about the fans. The fans welcomed me back. The fans are why I'm here, why we do this. And I think that this movie, I think they have excellent directors behind it.
Yes.
I think that they're fantastic directors. So I think that this is a movie that you're going to feel, I think, the love of the franchise pouring out on the screen. And to bring it back, Lee Cronin's Mummy is a Blumhouse Atomic Monster.
Got it. Okay. Which it might be Universal. It might be Warner Brothers.
I don't know where that goes up. Yeah.
Yeah. It depends on what deal they made this time. But Calixer says, wait, did they retcon Tom's Mummy? No, they just turned it into a theme park at Epic Universe. But they
retconned the one movie they managed to make.
Yeah. That's still the funniest thing. Like, the funniest fumble I've ever seen when it comes to, like, just people having egg on their face and eating their words. Like, when they did that whole cast announcement with, like, Javier Bardem and Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie, everybody. Oh, God, I remember that. But
I'm loving the resurgence, though, of all these monsters.
Mm-hmm.
I won't lie. And I think just being able to see so many different takes on them, too. Like, I mean, we have Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. We have Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride coming out.
Mm-hmm.
We had Wolfman, Invisible Man, which, I'm not big fans of, but it's still fun to see them coming back. We had Nosferatu and Renfield. I'm loving that, like, all of a sudden they're like, we have all these, like, let's go, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Very exciting, and there's so many different directions you can take them. So I'm very excited for The Mummy to come back as well.
No, for sure. And also, if Turnip Head is still in the chat, they're going to love this. I saw some fan castings online, and there's one I want to bring up. Because have you seen the second Mummy film, The Mummy Returns?
Years ago. I usually just end up rewatching the first one.
Yes. They have a son.
Okay.
Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz have a son in that film. I believe the son's name's Alex. I could be wrong about that. But he was like a wee lad, like a child. And so people are now like, oh, who are they going to cast? Because they're not going to get the same guy from the third movie if they ignore that movie. So it's like, who are they going to cast as the kid? And people were like, throw in, like, who kind of looks like Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz? Like, who's a star now? Like, who could do it? And usually I don't like the whole, like, fan casting thing. Somebody threw out David Cornsweet. And I was like, oh, that would be awesome.
I see the vision. That man is going to be locked and loaded for the next few years. Like, do you think he could squeeze in a Mummy?
He could. It depends on when Man of Tomorrow shoots. And, like, I don't think this movie is going to be shooting anytime soon. So, Turnip Head in the live chat says, oh, fuck yeah. Calixer agreeing, saying that's good. I agree. And, like, especially, like, if you've seen, like, if you go back and rewatch the movies, like, you can see the vision of, like, oh, okay. Especially because Brendan Fraser, many people don't know, was going to play Superman when he was younger. And that project was coming out before Superman Returns, after Superman 4. From 1987 to 2006, there's a time period where they tried to make Superman a lot of times and failed. And Brendan Fraser at one point was going to be Superman. So, like, that would be a kind of an interesting full circle moment.
I mean, I Going back, even if it's not the Mummy, I feel like they're gonna end up in some project together. Because I mean, I thought that Brendan Fraser would make a great Pa Kent, especially today the
Mm,
courts with Superman.
yeah,
So clearly, the thought there, clearly people are connecting the dots with the two of them, which is very fun.
yeah, yeah. But I am curious if they even have his son in the movie. If they're gonna do Indiana Jones 5, where they're like, yeah, he died in the war anyway. They just move on.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh man.
The Mummy took him.
Yeah. And by the way, Radio Silence, Ready or Not 2 is coming out, which I cannot fucking wait for. I love Ready or Not 1. Scream 5, fantastic. Scream 6, great. And I'll say it, I enjoyed Abigail. It's not as good as those other films, but I still liked it. I had a good time, and I'm okay with it.
There's some very, very fun elements to Abigail.
It has one of the best Dan Stevens line readings of all time.
Those are fucking onions.
Yes.
That one. It's great.
Sammy, those are fucking onions. So good. So good. Calixer agrees, Ready or Not, so good. Yes. Agreed. I can't wait for the second one. Anyway, guys, we've been harping on this long enough. What do you think about The Mummy coming back with Brendan Fraser, with Rachel Weisz, directed by Radio Silence? And by the way, it's written by the guy who wrote Family Plan, which I have not seen. But there you go. Calixer saying Scream 5 made me cry. It made us all cry. And we know the moment. We don't have to say it. Nick, did you fucking comment this? You son of a bitch. Every time with 5 cream. Every single time with you. Every fucking time. Really?
Ooh, man, that's good. That's funny.
Anyway, let's go on to the B-roll where we just have photos and I am going to try to guess the story based on the photo because that's always fun. Oh boy.
And that's when Nick pulls up the links.
Hold on. Morgan in the live chat says, have you guys talked on the show about Stranger Things being in theaters? If not, I would like to hear thoughts and opinions. We briefly talked about it where we heard that they're trying to put the finale of Stranger Things in AMC theaters. They may have finalized it.
They did, yeah, it's happening.
Okay, great. So they are going to put the Stranger Things finale in theaters. I think that's great. I think it's an interesting thing for Netflix to try out because a story that we were going to do today and then we're going to rework it into next week probably is Zach Kreger's film at Netflix has stalled because they won't give him theatrical. And what was funny is the executive working on the film greenlit theatrical, Ted Sarandos himself came in and said no. So it's still weird going on like with all the stuff they have. So I'm curious to see how it will do in theaters anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an interesting experiment. I don't think I would have any interest in going to the theater to watch the finale.
The only reason I don't have interest is because it's on New Year's Eve. Like, if it was like any other time, not in the mix of the holidays, yeah. I would do it. I'd do it. But that's the only thing.
Maybe, I don't know. It feels like such a big... It's probably an excellent theater experience, but I'm wondering if it would be too much. You know what I mean?
Will people act like they act like at home and at the theater? Because that would fucking piss me off.
And I think that would be, I think that would be my hesitation of that. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, so, I remember. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, that was just it's a very interesting experiment. I don't know if I don't think I'm the target audience for a concept. I go to the movies plenty. I don't think I need to, go watch the Stranger Things finale.
Yeah, like there are some things that happen like that where like the idea of it is great. We're like, oh, like the idea of the Stranger Things finale in theaters, I want to go. But there are other factors, like the fact that it's in the holiday season, the fact that it's going to be people who might not treat the theater like a nice environment. It's going to be all that. For me,
I think the flip is doing it the front, not the finale, but premieres.
Okay.
Like imagine now, like, okay, you can go to the theater for this week only and watch the first 3 episodes of One Piece season 2, but a whole week in advance before they all drop. Versus like, oh, watch the first episode as it airs on Netflix. You see it on the big screen. I think you need to have more incentivization for the benefit of paying money to go to the theater to see it, because I'm already paying money to watch Stranger Things at home with my Netflix subscription.
No, I don't hate that idea. Louis Cav even also points out it's going to end up being like the Minecraft movie, probably. And he also mentioned earlier that like they're all 2 hours long, the episode, so it makes sense. Yes, it does. Clicks are not going to go on the 31st. I know why. For me, what would make me worry about that, Nick, of doing like the 3 episodes early is later down the line, because we know how Netflix are as executives, okay? Ideally, it's great. But then how many times does Netflix go, hey, make sure no major spoilers happen in your first 3 episodes because we're going to release it a week early? And like, I feel like then those first 3 episodes get very controlled in the future. And it's like, no, I want to start off the season with a bang. Like, you know, like what would be, like, imagine if, dude, I don't know why my brain went here, dude. Imagine if they did season 2 of House of Cards in theaters and you got that premiere of what happens in the premiere of season 2 of House of Cards. And it's like, oh shit, like that would leak so quick.
Yeah. You know, that's a fair point too. Maybe they got it right with K-pop Demon Hunters. Maybe you have to make it more of an event, like a sing-along. I don't know what a Stranger Things one would look like, but you know, maybe that's the route.
Yeah.
But maybe it works. Maybe I'm just, you know, Mr. Negative here saying I don't think that's my environment, but maybe it is for other people. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, hold on. Elixir says in the chicken jockey voice, Demigorgon. That's great. A similar experience where they put something in theaters where I really wanted to go and then realized, oh, wait, it probably won't be fun. And then didn't go. And then turns out I saw videos online and it was not fun. Was Bo Burnham's Inside. They put in theaters, I think, for 1 day or 2 days after it had come out. And I'm like, oh, that'd be really cool to see in a movie theater. And then I was like, wait, it's going to be a bunch of white women who don't understand the irony and treat it like a concert. And it's exactly what happened. So, like, when you see the videos of them in there, I'm like, yes. I'm glad I didn't go because I would have been pissed off if I wanted to just watch the thing.
Bo Burnham.
Oh, God, that would upset me. But for the record, I have no problem with sing-along screenings because they're advertised like that. That's different. I think that's okay. It's how it goes. There's fighting in the chat over the number 1 status, which is hilarious. Anyway, we've gotten distracted. We got to get to the B-roll. We have to, and I got to guess the stories on the photos. Here we go. Hold on, let me get the whole thing up here. All right, first up on the B-roll. Oh, this is, okay. Lionsgate, the movie studio, has gotten the rights to the Rambo prequel starring Noah Centineo, and for no fucking reason, they've got the rights to the Expendables franchise. Okay. Are they going to reboot Expendables but with action stars from the 2000s? Like, I don't know.
Well, here's the interesting thing, right? Here's the connection there. It says, including future film and TV productions of the Expendables franchise. Are we getting an Expendables TV show?
I hope not.
They tried to do Expendables. I wouldn't be surprised, like the all-female version. I wouldn't be surprised if that comes back around. What I'm hoping is I want another Expendables movie, whether that is bringing everyone old together again or whatever be it. But we have the Sisu director, who's also directing Sisu 2, who's also directing John Rambo.
Yes.
Fucking give him an Expendables movie that is made for Nick, and I want it so bad, Dalton.
Okay, hold on. Let's do your Expendables. So we got Nick Cage, Keanu Reeves, Tom Cruise. Who else we got?
There's no way. I don't think any of those people you named would do it.
We are not basing this on realism, my friend. We're basing this on who you want to see.
You know who I want? I want them to bring back Kelsey Grammer's character from the 3rd movie.
Of course you do.
He was excellent. Glenn Powell was in Expendables 3. Throw him in there, why don't you?
Miles Teller.
As an action star?
Dude, let's get Yahya Abdul-Mateen in there. Come on, see the vision.
Now we're talking. That's good.
There we go. There we go. Good. Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson would be fun.
Uh-huh.
Patrick Wilson. No, I think there's a lot of fun things you could do there. I'd
Michael
like to
B.
see
Jordan.
Patrick Wilson be like a tech guy. Sorry, we just got an incredible comment.
Louis Cab says use the cast of Wild Hogs. Oh my god.
So you got Tim Allen.
That's Expendables.
That's what Tim Allen, Travolta, William H. Macy, and Martin Lawrence.
And Ray Liotta, but he died.
Oh man. Here's the question. Who do you get as a All right, the villains have been what? Eric Roberts.
Mm-hmm. Jean-Claude Van Damme, the best one.
Jean-Claude Van Damme and Mel Gibson.
Buddy, did you erase Expendables 4 from memory? Because that's one of the worst movies ever made.
I fucking forgot that there was a fourth Expendables. Holy shit.
Remember?
Who was the bad guy in that one?
Like, dude, all I remember is Tony Jaa was the only saving grace of that movie. That's it.
Hold on, I need to fact check who the bad guy of this one was.
Oh man.
Oh, it was wasn't it? No, it wasn't.
Was it Gabriel Byrne?
No, wasn't it Andy Garcia?
Yes, that's right.
Andy Garcia like flips on him or something, right? Like he's part of it, and then he's not part of it. There's got to be a better villain out there. I'm trying to think of like an aging
Patrick Stewart.
Honestly, I think any of the people you named at the beginning would be fun. A Keanu Reeves villain could be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I think they need to do, and they haven't done it yet. I think they need a villain that challenges them all physically, not mentally.
Mm.
Like I think you need that boogeyman, Grim Reaper, like not John Wick, but like John Wick type, like
Chris
this
Hemsworth.
presence that they just can't defeat. Like the $1 Million Man.
Yeah.
Like I think you need that type of villain going against them.
Okay. Anyway, next up on the B-roll. Oh, Calixier's going to love this news. The Remarkable Life of Ibelin was a documentary that came out recently to high critical acclaim. People were shocked that it was not nominated at the Academy Awards. They are now making a biopic film based on the events of the subject of that documentary. Nick, do you happen to have the details?
Yes. Charlie Plummer, Stephen Graham, Toni Collette, Isabella Merced, Maisie Stella, and Sir Anthony Hopkins will star in Ibelin, the story of a man with a degenerative muscular disease who enjoyed a rich digital life through World of Warcraft. The film will be directed by Morten Tadlim, the Oscar-nominated director for The Imitation Game. It's based on the real-life story of Mats Steen. The title is inspired by the name of Steen's virtual alter ego in the popular video game. It's written by a BAFTA nominee who wrote Citadel Diana and The Wings of the Dove. And based on the blog Musings of Life, which Steen wrote until shortly before his death at the age of 25 in 2014, the film will explore both the group of World of Warcraft fans who became admirers of him, as well as his loving, funny, chaotic family.
Did you just say that this is directed by the person who directed The Imitation Game?
Yeah.
Dude, we are so fucked emotionally. He's going to crush it, knock it out of the park. That movie rules. If you have never seen The Imitation Game, wow, what a picture. It's so good.
That's Benedict Cumberbatch, right? That's the like it's a war movie, right? He is the
He played Alan Turing. He's the guy who cracked the Enigma Nazi code to break into their messages and figure out where they were to help win the war. Calixer says, wait, that's so good. Yes, it is. It's very interesting. Kyler said that's a good one. Talking about Imitation Game, I assume. Yes, it's an amazing movie. Anyway, very exciting news. Moving on to our next B-roll story, and I'm going to speak very slowly to give Nick some proper time to set up the actual story so that I can show the image and then properly send it over to him. This man is Kevin Feige. This is a man we speak of often. This is the president of Marvel Studios. The reason the MCU exists, basically. And Nick, he did something really, really nice for USC, did he not?
He did. He has donated a, quote, transformational gift to the University of Southern California's School of Cinematic Arts. The endowment establishes the Kevin Feige Division of Film and Television Production and will be a source of funding for faculty, students, and students with additional programmatic support. The Kevin Feige Division of Film and Television Production, I mean, that's a school I want to be in, will offer students the opportunity to receive training in filmmaking across multiple mediums, such as traditional filmmaking principles to the rising industry practices, including virtual production, AI, and other tools. Quote, Kevin Feige is above all a remarkable storyteller who brings innovative and impactful cinema to our screens, epitomizing the kind of film producer the School of Cinematic Arts strives to graduate.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Not only that he donated stuff, but that they're naming like a division after him. Like I would.
It looks like he's a graduate from that division as well.
Yeah. Super, super cool. Very exciting for Kevin Feige and for all the students that are going to go through that program. That's amazing. That's really cool. Next up on the B-roll here, Tremel Tillman and Ian McKellen have joined Ty West's Christmas Carol starring Johnny Depp. Interesting.
That is accurate. It is called Ebenezer, A Christmas Carol. They are joined, Paramount and Ty West. Johnny Depp will star in the titular role. West is directing. Andrea Riseborough has also signed on.
Yeah.
Well, why is that not in the fucking headline?
Yeah.
She's a phenomenal actress. What? Remember her Dark Horse?
Yes, her Oscar campaign.
Grassroots campaign for the Oscars. That was incredible work.
Insane.
This has nothing to do with the Robert Eggers version of Christmas Carol. This version follows one man's supernatural journey to face his past, present, and future and fight for a second chance. While not confirmed, sources say Tillman will play the ghost of Christmas present, and it is unknown who McKellen will play. I'm going to assume... I don't know, actually.
There's a non-zero chance that it's Magneto.
I could see him being the voice, maybe, of Death.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I could see him having that impact. But listen, what gets me excited here is Tremel Tillman. I think he's a terrific actor. I'm so happy.
Dude, he is on the skyrocket.
He's on the rise. Severance really put him up there, but he's booked and ready to go.
Did you see him on a red carpet recently? I forget what project he was there for, but someone asked him, "Hey, can you tell us about your villain character in Spider-Man Brand New Day?" And he turned around and said, "Who said I was a villain?" Which I just think is amazing.
Did you see Sadie Sink at the Stranger Things premiere?
Dude, yes.
She is cast in for those that don't know, Sadie Sink from Stranger Things is cast in a unknown role in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Apparently a large role. I think she's like one of the other leads of the movie from what we can kind of gather. And someone asked her, like, "What can you tell us something about, Spider-Man Brand New Day or your character?" She went, "No," and walked away.
Incredible stuff. Last up on the B-roll, some more casting news. Rob Delaney and which Skarsgård is this, Nicholas?
That is not a Skarsgård. That is...
It's not?
Peter Sarsgaard.
Right. I've made that mistake before. Peter Sarsgaard and Rob Delaney have been cast in Roadhouse 2. And to answer your question, it is the Amazon Jake Gyllenhaal Roadhouse 2, not the real Roadhouse 2 that Doug Liman's trying to make. Yeah.
Peter Sarsgaard was in the Robert Pattinson Batman, and he's also married, I believe, to Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yes, and he was also in Green Lantern. Don't ask me why I know that and remember that, but I remember him in Green Lantern.
Who was he in Green Lantern? He wasn't Sinestro, was he?
No, he was the villain. Dude, Sinestro was Mark Strong. That was crazy casting.
That's
they
right.
Went
Sinestro
off.
was Mark Strong. We need to get that back somehow.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do indeed. But guys,
I like Rob Delaney, dude. Can I? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I jokingly, just because I was curious, I asked ChatGPT to give me a cast for an Expendables movie, just because I wanted to see what it would come up with. There's some interesting names that I didn't think about, and I just wanted to go back to that for a second here. Frank Grillo and Scott Adkins. We need both of them in there.
They were both in Expendables movies. Scott Adkins was in Expendables 2. He died from a propeller with Jason Statham. Frank Grillo...
Guys, this is why you don't trust AI for things.
Yeah, as soon as you brought it up, I was like, I'm going to find a way to shit on this.
All right, how about this?
Frank Grillo, to be fair, Frank Grillo probably was not in one, but I know that Scott Adkins was in one.
Shit on this. Adria Arota and Boyd Holbrook.
I mean, yeah, but it's still not the vibe.
It also cast Digimon Hansu as the villain.
See, no, he needs to be the hero. The hero. Calixer says, bro beat AI on line 1. And Louis Cav, your answers for Expendables have been unreal. And he says, Adam Sandler and his usual crew would work.
Have you ever read the script that someone wrote for a third Grown Ups movie?
No.
It's incredible. Basically, the third Grown Ups movie that this person wrote, and I'll have to find it. The script's available online somewhere, is that the Grown Ups are actual movies that these people made.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's Rob Schneider dies.
Okay.
For reasons we won't get into.
Uh-huh.
And the actors gather for his funeral and then go rent a cabin in his honor, and then they start getting killed. And it just becomes this like horror comedy survival movie. But like it's Adam Sandler playing Adam Sandler.
I would love that.
And like the person like wrote in jokes about, because like Grown Ups was supposed to be a movie like a long time ago, with Chris Farley and Kevin, he passed and then got whatever and became like, there's jokes about like Kevin James only having a career because Chris Farley died. Like it's a very meta script. It's very funny.
I'll have to find that and check that out. That's pretty good. Calixer brings it full circle and says, fine, Chris Columbus can take on Expendables. So there you go. There you go. But guys, with all that down, with the news stories and the B-roll down, that means it's time for the box office.
The box office.
There are no predictions this week because Nick and I did the show on a Sunday when the numbers were already close to being out, and that would just not be ethical to have made predictions at that point. However, the number one did change when the final estimates came out, which is why you got to wait for those not final estimates, but final numbers. Here is the top 5 from last week, just squeaking out to number 1, dropping only 35%. From week 2 to week 3, was Black Phone 2, just edging out Regretting You, which made $7.8 million in its second weekend, dropping 43%. Chainsaw Man dropped 66% from week 1 to week 2, making $6.2 million. That's 66% drop for an anime film, not bad. Those drops are typically much higher. Begonia came in 4th, making $5 million in its second weekend. It increased. This is funny. So it increased by 608%, but that's because they added it in over 2,000 theaters. So there you go. That's a stat. And K-Pop Demon Hunters: The Sing-Along came in 5th, making $5 million. And Back to the Future came in 6th, making $4.9 million in its 2,105th week. Good for them. Good for them. I have to do the bit every time. Springsteen came in. Springsteen dropped 58% from week 1 to week 2 in 7th with $3.7 million. Holy Lord, that movie is flopping. That's sad.
Do you think that deflates his? I think everyone was just like, "Oh, a musical biopic. Jeremy Allen White will be nominated for an
Hey,
Oscar." Do you think that deflates the chances?
I really think it does. To be honest with you, I really think it does. I don't think it's out of the question. I think he's still going to be. He's getting the Avatar 3 flopped. Oscars would be dead, other than like visual effects. Like part of why those movies are contenders is because of how popular they are. You know what I mean? Where a movie like Whiplash can come out in 2014, make no money, but it's so fucking good that everyone that watches it's like, God damn, we got to nominate this movie. And they did.
Yeah. Kind of flip, yeah.
Anyway, diving back into the numbers more specifically here, Black Phone 2 has made $110 million worldwide on a budget of 3.7. That's a win for Scott Derrickson, baby. There it is. Quickly, I'm going to address this in the live chat, if that's okay. Calixer says, musical biopics need a new angle. I agree. It's called Not in the Theater. Just stop them. Anyway, back to the numbers.
I disagree. Can I give my take on that?
Sure.
Because I saw an excellent take on it earlier that I'm going to steal, and I just pulled it up here. Mm-hmm. The problem with biopics is that part of your brain's always going to be judging how good the likeness voice is of the actor instead of experiencing the actual story. So they ought to find a way to, depict pop stars a little less conventionally, perhaps like a CGI monkey.
You fuck. I knew that was going to happen.
And I'll tell you what, that was a great movie too.
Listen, I'm not denying that. I never saw it, but I heard it was great.
Great might be. It was very enjoyable, and I liked the monkey. I liked the monkey angle. I did. It worked for me.
Here's what I'll say. I'm surprised musical biopics even made money after Dewey Cox came out. For those that don't know, there's a movie called Walk Hard. Is it Walk Hard? A Dewey Cox story starring John C. Reilly. That movie is literally a parody satire of musical biopics, and it came out years ago. I think in like 2010 or 9 or something.
Before musical biopics became a thing.
Yes, but it was still just making fun of musical biopics. It's still relevant. Like if you watch that movie, it still nails them. It nails all of them.
Plus it has Tim Meadows in it, and that's never a bad thing.
And by the way, in terms of musical biopics making money, we didn't cover it on the show today just because we cut a lot of stuff, but that Michael Jackson movie is going to make a fuck ton of money, dude. Oh my God. It's going to make so much money.
We could start placing bets now. Does the Michael Jackson biopic make more money than all 4 Beatle picks combined?
Oh, dude. Honestly, that's a good over-under.
It's a very strong one.
That's a good over-under. Oh, man. That's interesting. That will be interesting for sure. Anyway, back to the box office. Regretting You has $54 million worldwide. It doesn't have a budget listed here. I imagine it's not at profitability yet. However, it could have been made for cheap. It could have been, but we'll see. I don't feel like looking up the budget right now. Chainsaw Man has $133 million worldwide. I don't need the budget. I can tell you that's made money. Begonia has made $15 million worldwide. The budget's not listed here, but I've heard from sources is in the upwards of like 35 to 40, so it has a while to go if it's going to get some profitability there. K-pop Demon
News 30, it says off a Google search.
30, yeah. K-pop Demon Hunters has 24 million worldwide, but that's just, of course, because it was a Netflix movie, so that's 24 more million they would have made from not doing shit with it. Put more movies in your goddamn theaters, Netflix. Back to the Future. Total worldwide, including its original theatrical run, made $396 million on a budget of 19. That's 20.9 times the budget. Good God.
And it's got legs. It's still making money. It's got legs, kid. It's going to go far. Let me tell you something. I don't know what this character is. I've never done this one before.
We're big fan.
We're workshopping bits now. We have old smoking movie producer. That's where we're going with this.
Yes, and then
That's a new recurring one I'm gonna bother everyone with.
good, please do. Springsteen has made $32 million worldwide. Budget's not listed here. I can tell you that's a money loser. It's got to be. That's a shame. A couple things before we wrap up the show. One is please don't forget about NordVPN. That is we have a partnership with them. It protects your online information. You can watch streaming services from other countries if you move your VPN around, and it really, really helps out the show if you sign up with our affiliate link, nordvpn.com/movie nights, and I believe they're going to be doing a Black Friday sale. So as that starts to happen, the link will still remain there, and you can get that and make sure that you not only support the show but also keep your information protected. Gotta make sure you keep that information protected. A few live chats I want to look at, and then another thing to point out. But go ahead.
So I don't know. I'm trying to fact check this farther. But I was looking up the budget of Springsteen Delivery for No Works. That's one you didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's saying that the production budget was reportedly $55 million. But they're saying that 42 million of that was spent being able to film the entire thing in New Jersey.
If that's true, that's crazy.
So you're telling me you had, what, 13, 14, 15 million to make a movie and pay Jeremy Allen White?
That's pretty wild.
Is it Mark Strong in it too?
Jeremy Strong is.
Jeremy Strong, that's what I meant. One of the Strongs.
One of the Strongs, yes. A couple things I want to point out. Calixer brings up, bet the internet, quote-unquote, resurfaces the Neverland doc and it takes a big hit because of it. I think this movie is controversy proof. Yeah, like I think it could be the biggest piece of dog shit movie you've ever seen too, which I don't think so because I like Anton Fuqua, the director. But like, I think this movie's making money regardless. Like, people forget that, like, Michael Jackson, if you think Taylor Swift couldn't walk in public now, it was infinitely worse for Michael Jackson. Like, Michael Jackson used to have to rent out places just to go. Like, Michael Jackson was a comic book fan. There's a funny story about he tried to buy the rights to Spider-Man outright, which he did actually try that. But if Michael Jackson wanted to go to a comic book store, he had to pay to close the store so he could go alone and then shop by himself. And he had to pay for like the average, whatever the store made for however many that he could go. And he would spend thousands of dollars anyway. But he would do stuff like that, like for the grocery store. Like, Michael Jackson would shut down like a Walmart so he could go grocery shopping. Like, that's how famous the guy was, like how crazy famous he was. Like, it would be ridiculous. Kelly says, yeah, most famous person ever. Yeah, for sure. And the last thing I want to add, just because I feel like saying it, I got to see Back to the Future in IMAX when it came out last weekend. Dude, that's a perfect movie. Like, there's a few pantheon of movies that are just perfect. Like, no notes, don't change a fucking thing. Back to the Future is one of those movies. That movie is so fucking good. And the only other time I've ever seen it with a crowd was during COVID, like 2020, when they were just re-releasing movies in theaters to keep them open. I got to see it then, but it wasn't that packed. And, like, it just was trying to prevent me from going crazy from COVID. But I got to see it in IMAX, which, one, the presentation and the sound was amazing, but two, there was a family behind me, and I don't think the kids had ever seen it because they were young, and part of me was like, that's so cool that these kids get to watch Back to the Future, like, in the movie theater for the first time. That's so cool. And just like, dude, that movie...
So turned around, he's like, I envy you, children.
Yes. But dude, that movie moves. Like, it's paced so well, and the script is so good. That screenplay for Back to the Future, I don't know what Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale were cooking at the time, because no offense to them, they can't fucking do shit now, but like, man, the script to that movie, every single thing is important. And it's not obviously important. It's disguised as important. And I'm just rewatching this movie. Watching a movie in a movie theater is the best way to watch a movie, even if it's a movie you've seen. And just seeing this movie play out, a movie that I've seen 100 fucking times, by the way, like 100 times, still just in this presentation, watching this movie and just seeing this screenplay at work and these actors at work, like casually Christopher Lloyd giving one of the greatest character performances ever in Doc Brown, where he's playing old Doc Brown and 1955 Doc Brown. And then you have Crispin Glover, the weirdest motherfucker alive, giving this amazing performance as George McFly. And is it Leah Thompson who plays his mom? But like every single actor in this movie is just firing on all cylinders. Of course, Michael J. Fox, amazing as Marty McFly. But dude, just watching it, I'm just like, God damn it, this movie's so fucking good. Like just, I don't know if you ever have those moments of just like, you're halfway through watching a movie and you're just like, fuck, they don't make them like this anymore. Like, this is so good. And like, I remember just like in the IMAX watching it, like literally there's a point where, you know, him and his girlfriend, Jennifer, are like hanging out in the town square and they're talking about this date that they're going to go on where he needs the car, and they're establishing that he needs the car to go on the date so that when you see it wrecked later, you know, it ruins his plans. But even before all that, they're like talking about it, they're flirting, their chemistry is palpable, they're being lovely, they're about to kiss, and then that fucking annoying woman comes in with the save the clock tower and like gives them the whole speech about the lightning striking the clock tower. And like, from a first time standpoint of watching that, you're like, fucking whatever, like get out of here. Like, it's literally designed as like a woman, I need you to leave kind of scene. And then you get to the point later in the movie where he meets Doc Brown in the past. He convinces him that he's from the future and that he needs his help. Doc Brown finds out, oh shit, I need 1.21 gigawatts of energy, which is an amazing scene. And he's like, we literally are going to need a bolt of lightning for that to happen. Like, that's the only thing that can generate that kind of power. And not only that, we would need to know the exact date and time where lightning would strike. It's impossible. And then Marty sits down and is like talking about Jennifer and is like, look, she even gave me her grandmother's phone number so I could call her at her grandmother's house. And she wrote it on the back of the Save the Clock Tower sheet. So Doc Brown picks it up to look at the number, and then the audience and Marty see the thing, and he's like, oh my God, we know exactly where lightning's going to strike. And I'm just like, dude, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, it's so good. Like, the screenplay to that movie is so good. I'm like, dude.
This just reminded me of, well, one, it reminded me of the John Mulaney bit about Doc Brown and Marty McFly. But more importantly, your tangent you just went on reminded me of the John Mulaney bit where he stops his joke to explain the entire plot of, was it Air Force One? The Fugitive. The Fugitive. And there's no bit. He just fully explains the movie again, and I love it.
Yes. And going back to that Mulaney bit, though, like something I'll say that, like, what the movie can literally teach you about screenwriting is don't get caught up on shit that's not important. And you can decide what's important and not. Because, like, when you watch that movie, like, yes, the bit is real of he's a high school student and he's best friends with a disgraced nuclear physicist. Like, that's true in the movie. And the movie does not waste time explaining how that is. You get two things. You get a newspaper headline that Doc Brown burned his estate down somehow, and you get the principal telling Marty, if you hang out with that Doc Brown, like, you're going to end up as a slacker like your father. That's all you get. And literally, that's all you need. Like, screenwriters now, the fucking people I went to film school with, literally would be writing pages and pages and pages of explaining why you need their backstory in the movie. You didn't. You know what you needed? To hang out with Marty's family and understand the family dynamic with Biff, with everyone. So that way, when you go into 1955, you are prepared for how that dynamic needs to shift. You don't need to worry about their friendship. And that's why you can't, like, remake a movie like this, because, like, how can you do that again? Like, how can you just make a movie again with two completely opposite people and not explain it? They do it so perfectly. Like, you don't care when you watch the movie, like, what's going on. It establishes in the opening shot of the movie.
You get forgiven when good.
Yes, it establishes in the opening shot of the movie that Doc Brown stole plutonium from Libyan terrorists. Doesn't matter. Like, you don't care. Like, when you watch the movie, you're just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. He's a disgraced nuclear physicist. He would have
You're
access.
like, well, how is he
steal
supposed to get plutonium?
Yeah.
Where do you get yours?
And dude, there's a joke about that in the movie when he goes back to 1955 and he's like, how's the car run? And Marty's like, plutonium. And he goes, well, maybe you have that in the future after all the nuclear wars, but we don't have that here.
What movie or TV show was it where someone, I think someone like reality gets messed up, or like, you know, I think there's time travel involved. I don't think it was it might have been a multiversal thing, but it was like, they make the joke. They're like, well, yeah, Eric Stoltz is Marty McFly.
Yes.
And like, that's how the person kind of realizes, what was that?
Was it Peacemaker?
It was not. No, it wasn't Peacemaker.
When they went into the other universe?
No, it was before Peacemaker.
I know what you're talking about.
It was like a whole thing. Person's like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Michael J. Fox is Marty McFly. They're like, no, Eric Stoltz is.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I can't remember what...
If anyone happens to know what that is.
But what Nick is referencing is that Eric Stoltz was cast as Marty McFly. They shot with him for several weeks and then fired him because it just wasn't working. And Michael J. Fox, who was shooting a television show during the day, would go shoot Back to the Future at night and was working like 20 hours a day for like months as he was making that movie.
It was Flash.
It was The Flash.
It was Flash. It was the Flash.
And Calixer pointed out in the chat as well.
Thank you. How the hell did you pull that, Kylixer?
Yeah,
did you
I'm shocked by that.
I had to Google it. Which Robert Zemeckis was attached to direct The Flash at one point.
At one
which
point,
also makes
that's
that
true.
Even funnier.
Yeah.
There was one joke that was going to be a meta joke about Robert Zemeckis directing the movie, and it's the only thing that made it to the final cut.
Yes. But yeah, like, I just wanted to talk about and go on a little rant that Back to the Future is so good. And I'm going to rewatch it before the end of the year again. It's so good. It's such a good movie.
None of them beat the original, but I do enjoy watching all three of them. I do.
Yeah.
The third one's just fun.
And there's stuff as a kid, because I watched those movies 100 times as a kid. There's stuff as an adult that I catch. And like, that's the magic of rewatching movies, by the way, is just catching stuff that you didn't get. Like, I love that experience of especially a movie I love and catching something new. Like, just 5 years ago, when I rewatched them during COVID, did I catch that they recast his girlfriend for 2 and 3? I didn't realize that as a child. Like, it's a new actor.
Why would you? Yeah.
And then like, in this, I caught something. My 100th time watching the movie, I caught something new on this viewing. And it's when Marty is making the letter to give to Doc that he's going to get shot in the future. And it's like, don't open until 1985. In the foreground of the shot, he's like putting that note in his jacket. So you like are supposed to pay attention to that. But in the background, Doc is setting up the experiment. And a cop comes up and says, hey, do you have permits for that? And Doc Brown says, of course I do. And he gets down off the ladder and he pulls out his wallet. And I'm like, that's so funny. Like, I never caught that joke before. Like I was always just looking in the foreground of him, like slipping the note in the jacket. Mm-hmm. Never caught that joke ever until I most recently watched it. It's so good. I literally could go on talking about it. It's such a good movie. And like, dude, the Alan Silvestri score, amazing. Anyway, I ranted about Back to the Future long enough. It's a perfect movie. It's up there with Jaws and the original Alien and Empire Strikes Back and Dark Knight. It's just a perfect movie. Like, change nothing. Con Air, fucking change nothing. Change nothing about it. Anyway, that's all I wanted to do. I'll give you the floor. Did you want to go on any rants before we go?
I don't think I have any rants built up about that yet.
But guess what? You're owed one. If at any point during a show you're like, hold on, I got to go on something.
I ranted about the Expendables, I think, ad nauseum tonight. That's all I needed. I got to talk about the Expendables and the Muppets. And that's all you really need in life.
Good. Good. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll happily do a 3-hour episode about Back to the Future alone if anyone ever wants to listen to it. And again, thanks for watching. We are going to be coming up on hiatus soon. I think we have a couple more shows before then. But as we do every year, we go on a break from Thanksgiving to January. And we come back and do the Oscar season. And also during that time, during that hiatus, Nick and I usually meet and we talk about changes that we're going to make to the channel, to the show even, or whatever we're going to do. Because we have aspirations to do like other shows and stuff, but it's all about what we can achieve realistically. So, we'll figure that out. We may make changes to the show on what it is and how it happens, but as of now, we know nothing. But we'll see you soon. We'll be back next week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.